the shortcomings that they've had.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely pack a punch, right? I mean, you know, man to man, I do think that like teams like Sentinels and 100 Thieves are like the most skilled rosters, but TSM's not that far off, man. And they have perhaps the best player in North America in Wardell as far as just consistent impact and consistently high stats. And yeah, that too. Throw that in there as well. I'm just out here trying not to, you know, get swarmed by TSM fans on social media. That's all I'm out here to do. But at the same time, V1, I like these guys. You know, Vanity's a guy I've had a lot of respect for. I felt really bad about what happened to a lot of these guys in CSGO with like Chaos leaving and all that went on with that, if you follow the CSGO scene at all. So it's cool to see them in a tournament like this and to see them, you know, taking those first steps towards competitive valorant. Oh, Penny! I feel bad he didn't get away with that because that was nasty. But equally nasty from Cutler to catch it.
Did he died on the dash, or did he run into the wall? Okay, because yeah, he was completely stunted on the way out. So I mean,
maybe he did catch the wall. You might be right. I don't know. Maybe we'll get it on a replay. I thought he got the dash off and just got caught by a nice shot. But you could be right. Maybe he bumped the wall and that's what got him.
Reaction time either way from both sides there to pick up a couple of kills, mainly for Cutler to be able to trade that one back, and it opens up A. This is kind of similar to what we saw on Icebox, where Version1 was actually finding an early kill and the rest of TSM just backing off. Now it's obviously the inverse, but looking to play the retake. It is going to be that 4v4. Smokes are out and shock darts will look to buy some extra space. It's back to the ghost meta too, so we should see some grapes being popped, especially in those long range battles.
I like grapes. Grapes are nice. So we are going to indeed see the retake now coming underway from V1, and player one has been able to find first blood in that regard. They're starting to crack open the door. They're starting to come in. Zealous is threatening to defuse at the same time. Wardell trying to slither in through the door here. He's done his job and more as he finds Effie's. But player one and Zealous is the blink of an eye just clear the entire board. If you blinked it, you would have missed it. We certainly couldn't catch it all, as we only have a mere mortal on the observer. But yeah, that was a really quick back and forth round, but V1 do come out on top. Again, I kind of got lost. There was a lot going on in a very quick amount of time. That was wild.
Yeah, and Zealous is to find that kill onto Wardell. So here's that.
No, he just got caught on the dash, yeah.
Just got caught on the dash, so a heads-up play there by Cutler, and then this flick right there to... I would imagine you kind of have an idea of how far that jet's going to go, so it makes it easy for Zelsis to pop on over, and once more, pop the grape there of Wardell. And now you find yourself in a good spot. Version1, they pick up the pistol round. You surely should be able to pick up this one as well, and this is how you needed to start this game.
Absolutely. Already a map down. You're on TSM's territory here of Ascent, and so to get the pistol certainly is a nice touch. So you're going to see TSM again being pretty conservative economically, not, you know, going for some type of crazy force buy off the spike plant. Just a little bit of sheriff action, and player one has somehow, I mean, you could cough on the guy and he'd tank at this point with that 1 HP, but he's gotten away. In the meantime, TSM is making that transition over towards B lobby. There is a player still spotting that here for V1. So they'll get, you know, an early look that is indeed the case, but whether or not they're able to handle it's a different story.
Nice Molotov. Gonna slow things down for a second. The hot hands coming on through from Zelsis. A spray from downtown. Sierra's in the hand of Effie's. Wardell trying to get that door closed. Is gonna do just that, but Penny able to find a kill. Make it another. Hayes is able to trade it back, but TSM down to their last two, and they know just about exactly where they at. Now they definitely know where they're at, as Sabrosa picked up a kill over towards Market on 18 HP. It's Sierra's to find a kill there at the end. It was an expected one, but TSM, they made it hurt.
Certainly they're going to force 3 players to have to make purchases here from the V1 side of things, so not too shabby considering they invested, you know, not a whole lot at all. They still have a full buy coming into this. Phantoms of Plenty, Operator for Wardell, plenty of armor. Yeah, it is a glass cannon for Wardell, but I think if you're going to put a glass cannon on any player, certainly Wardell will be one of those guys to do it on in this region. So let's see how V1 handle a fully equipped TSM on, again, a map they are super strong on lately.
Player one going to have a nice angle there over towards logs and a couple of nano swarms to stop that push on through. So at the very least, we'll be able to buy some time and going to be the only player playing on this site for this bonus round for Version1. So once you hear a couple of footsteps, we might see that Utility popped, and the rotations to come on through as the spike has since crept up. Smoke now down. Wardell able to take down the turret. They know there's an operator, and player one has been caught out. Now forced to run away. Wardell's going to sit him down. Glass cannon. It doesn't matter. He takes some damage on the way out, but the first kill the way of TSM and the rotation to come through.
Yeah, and they still have presence as well over on A side with the turret, and they're also threatening defending spawn through middle right now with Sub Rosa's aggressive positioning with Sub Rosa. So TSM has so much going for them. Not only do they have the main advantage, but they have so much real estate on the map. They're making it very hard on V1 to get reads on how they should rotate. Drone actually flies right by Penny. I don't know if it spotted him. Oh, yeah, it did. Okay. Penny does at least dash away, but very low HP is going to be the cost of that maneuver, as they're now seeing TSM swarm into the A site here. Going to have to be V1 retaking with no ults and with one of their players hemorrhaging.
Very low, and I thought for a second we might see Penny try and push through the blaze wall, but that wouldn't have been the best idea. And FD's just a few moments too late on that spray with the Ares. It's around again a bonus for V1. We might see them just try and send it here at the end. Blaze wall goes through to cut off a bit of vision. Zelsis trying to find whatever he can. Nobody playing over towards jump up, so not able to spot the head. Now they jump out onto the side. I don't know if Wardell caught the first, but he definitely caught the second. And Zelsis to pick up two. That was the first. Now with the run it back, needs to find these last couple of kills. They're playing so far off the site. They're playing around the spike almost perfectly, and Sabrosa holding it down. TSM looking to pick up their first, and they do it in fashion.
Yeah, again, TSM. Oh, okay. They lost a little bit there on the way out, so that's a bit unfortunate. A lot of rebuying with their economy already limited, but so is V1, to be fair. But yeah, it just kind of goes back to what we were talking about early on in the round. TSM just gets a great opening pick, and they also just get so much map control. They always had presence outside A main as well with Haze on the Killjoy. Sub Rosa getting that deep mid position. I mean, really everything you could have asked for, they got. And then they were able to hold off the retake just fine as well at the end. So well done. A great chance to get the 2-2 tie as well, considering V1 have limited firepower coming into this one.
It definitely puts them in a decent spot. It is unfortunate that the operator wasn't able to be retrieved because of where Wardell had died right at the end. They were already out of time. But we've seen them do that much with less here. He's got the knives available. So the one thing going for him is if you pop the knives, you also have that Spectre to fall back on. It's not just the classic.
Right.
As they try and feed some more. I think that actually gave the run it back over the drone.
Such a big ult advantage as well with that orb. They have now 3 potential ults, including drone, on the run it back to be that free entry man on this A site. And indeed, he is going to go ahead and follow behind the drone, make sure the entire site is clear. He will find it is indeed clear. He's got the spike as well. Nice jump up, though, from Penny. Takes Wardell off the board. So that was well done. That's going to give main advantage over to V1. And actually, we see TSM backing off Cutler, trying to cut through tree with the Hunter's Fury. Not going to find much, but Sub Rosa does have positioning here as they're backing off into middle. This is getting really dicey right now, but TSM are making a good move back over to B site.
And be completely free here. Sabrosa, this is the second time we've seen it where he's just so much space here, and he finds 2 kills through the paranoia. It's finally the Bucky to take him down, but the damage has been done, and that bought so much space. You can see the post-plant positioning. You've got one playing towards B main. They're not all corralled on the site here.
Yeah, they do indeed have good positioning. They also were able to get themselves back into a 3-on-3 thanks to the efforts of their player on catwalk there through the paranoia, still able to multi-frag, but there's still a lot of weapons available for V1 to retake, including a lockdown.
And there it is, right on cue. There's no real way out. It looks like a bit of space towards the back of that boathouse, but they surely will be seen. Penny just throwing out the blades, and now it's the 1v1. It's the B main player, but it's Vanity on top. But he's running out of time. He's got to just grab a weapon upgrade and save TSM. Come down to the skin of their teeth and tie things up at 2.
I think it has to come down to those 2 kills at tree, man. Sub Rosa being able to be paranoid and still come up with the double kill was so massive. It kept them in the race as far as man count goes. And again, they were able, based on this pressure, to get a free B site to get the plant. And yeah, the lockdown's in play for V1, but they were able to kind of fiddle around there and still come up with the victory off the clock. So well done from TSM. A big play from Sub Rosa in particular. And so now with it all even, Let's see what V1 can do on this limited Sheriff buy. They're trying to get aggressive here at A main, and they're definitely stacked on this site with 4 players.
And Penny does have that hero rifle, so if there's anybody you'd want to have on it for this V1 roster, it is that Jet. Has a shock there. No, actually going to force the dash away here. Drone took a bit of damage on the way in, and is able to pick up another orb. Flashes come through. Paranoia on top. That curveball going to go out over the top, but they're traded back and forth, and they kill back and forth. Penny and Drone get on the board. But again, this is TSM's round to lose here. They should be able to pick this one up, so that kill to go the other way.
Yep. And Sarosa just keeps getting this deep mid control as well. That's going to be a constant factor for TSM's attack if he's able to keep doing this, because it allows his team to just get so much information and just, again, have so much map control denied to their opponent. As indeed they are once again going to find that empty B site. This was a gamble stack from V1 because they were on a low buy, so you can't fault them for it, but they have been found out nonetheless. And so TSM will get the plant here. They will have a form for a post plant, and they should have a huge edge here to close, considering their superior weaponry.
Tough spot to be in. TSM do have a couple of ultimates. I can't imagine we see them used here in this, but Sabrosa could once more go on the flank and try and do some damage. It shouldn't take that much though, right? It is just sheriffs, and I think if you're version 1, at the end of the day, you're looking to hang on to your hero rifle and you're looking to do some damage to the economy. So we're expecting this one to go the other way, and they're just holding steady right here on the exit. That's exactly what they're looking to do. As Penny's gonna find the first. It's the hero rifle. Should it fall, put you in a pretty bad spot as Hayes finds that one. Player 1 trades it back.
One enemy remaining.
That spike surely to blow, and unfortunately for version 1, they don't get a whole... Oh, okay. Maybe they actually net a weapon on the back end. Vanity pushes in. He is able to pick it up. Nice little phantom grab. So it's not best case. It's not worst case. You're right there in the middle, but it's another round, and now 3 strung together for TSM.
Yeah, and it's all gun rounds as well, right? So now only thing V1 have to hinge on is the fact that they were able to win pistol, basically. They need to show themselves as a capable team defensively with full weapons, and they've yet to do so. They've had a couple of rounds that are pretty close, like, you know, post-plant 3-on-3s that maybe could have gone either way, but TSM have held on to all of them thus far. Penny certainly has looked in good form, and so has Zelsis and Player 1, but TSM just, again, a step ahead. They're going to dart off that initial archway to get them some A-lobby control. Again, Subrosa's playing that aggressive lurk role inside middle, just watching for B pushes for now, but you best believe eventually he'll come up and look to take position at middle and cut off rotations, or maybe even leave TSM a route back over. As again, it's just TSM focusing on getting orb. Like, that's why they keep going heavy-handed at A early. They want to keep getting orbs and keep feeding them the drones so we can have as many run it backs as possible to have that strong entry power. And once again, it looks like they are going to be looking to take something towards A side, but this time a lot more pressure towards the catwalk.
Gonna be Drone pushing on through this time with the run it back, spotted out, but doesn't matter all that much. Sabrosa goes into the back of the site. He's going to be met by Player 1 and taken down, so no flank opportunities this time. As Wardell pushes onto that spike, moves up right behind him, but TSM down a member, and a big one at that. You have to expect that everybody is on this A site. Now that the spike is planted and Sabrosa is taken off the board, as Vanity cuts down one more, Wardell is able to trade it back, still has the 9 to build. The right click going to go wide, only has the ghost, and now it's all up to Drone. A blaze wall and a curveball. Tosses out the flash, able to find the diffuser, but there's 3 more in tow. V1 grab another round, and we are knotted up once more, Dust.
Yeah, tough on TSM to have Sabrosa caught there at the back of B with that ult. I'm not sure if he was trying to use that to get a flanking option, or if he was maybe trying to open up B for TSM to, you know, dart back across middle and actually reroute the spike. Either way, when that got caught, TSM had no choice but to commit to A, and they lost a key piece on cutting off rotations, and then just a great retake from V1, being able to pounce on the site, get some nice trades going their way, and now they've tied the game right back up, and now it's TSM on the back foot economically. They're the ones having to go for upgraded pistols here. A Sheriff for Sabrosa, a Shorty for Wardell, Ghost in play for Drone. But yeah, not a whole lot to speak of for their side of things.
They're just feeding Drone once more back to the ult orb grind, trying to get that run it back online, and it's a save round. So you see a bit of adjustment made in the play style. This Killjoy going to be hovering over towards A, no longer playing out towards B, and they actually push aggressive. So they're going to have the flank, and Again, this is a round that Version 1 should be able to pick up as that beast to go through with the Hunter Shuri. No, Drone able to keep Wardell alive from downtown as he dashes in. The Hunter Shuri is good for 1 kill, as is Penny. But the spike goes down, so the economy starting to build for TSM in the next round. Vanity closes out that kill. Now it's all down to the last. It's Cutler. He's got the Hunter Shuri. He's got a classic. A jumping right-click headshot, but not enough to kill 4. Version 1 going to reclaim the lead. Yeah. That was, man, the plays that we've seen on broadcast together underneath heaven have been insane.
Yeah, that actually got to be interesting when Wardell's able to get under balcony, get that help from Drone, get that kill down on player 1, and then get a weapon in his hands. All of a sudden, you start to think, is there actually a way TSM can win this round? But that was just kind of like the icing on the cake, right? The main piece of that was just getting that spike plant, getting that economy rolling, and getting another orb into Drone's hands as he, once again, already has a run it back available. Yeah, they are so good at making sure that they get as much value out of that ult as they can throughout a half, and so he will definitely be looking to put it to use here.
And I mean, and it was... Well, he just used it a couple of rounds ago, and then in that one, he gets an orb, he gets a kill, he gets the spike plant. Like, it's just funneling this run it back. And the Hunter Shuri was hung on to, so Cutler still having that in his back pocket.
I like this from TSM. They're droning A again to make it look like they're going to do the run it back play through A, because if you're V1, you see a drone coming into A site, you know that drone has to run it back. You have to respect it's going to be another A push, but all the while, TSM have gotten deep mid control again with Sub Rosa. They haven't committed, and now they're going to re-hit the A site later after making V1 second guess how they should be rotating and setting up, as now Drone's starting to put that pressure on the site.
Now we start to see him bring it up, and the run it back actually going to be used here from Zelsys to try and stop this one, and that spike down. Player 1 holding it down. The bouncer at the door of this A site. Wardell to find a kill on his counterpart with that operator in hand. So things go quiet for a second as Wardell tries to walk away back out towards mid. Unfortunately for TSM, the spike is down on the site. They have to go for it into shock dart to find a bit of damage. Down to the last 2. Wardell has since rotated all the way back around and will look to support his teammate from this A main area. In some way, somehow, they just know they can smell Hazed here, sniffing him out. He's got the spike in hand, and surely you start to put this one down and players start to push on, but Wardell is here. Smokes go down. Operator in hand. Bray coming out from tree to try and stop anybody pushing on through. Paranoia going to be used as well, and Hayes just corralled, and Wardell forced to save. Version 1 starting to find the answers here.
Yeah, they were. They were able to stop Sub Rosa from being able to get any more out of that deep mid push. I feel like Vanity was always on top of him from market. And so that was huge. And yeah, Drone was never really able to break free. He got caught pretty early by player 1. As Drone was trying to get away with not using his ult, he was trying to, you know, see if he could just get the clean entry without it and then save it for later. But unfortunately, he got busted by player 1. And that really did wonders for V1, who now, you know, have a lockdown of their own to play with here. There still is, of course, the Hunter's Fury run it back combo for TSM, so they can still really put together a potent attack with that combination. And maybe they're even going to try to fake a little bit here. They're, again, having their Sova play A side. Maybe he's, again, going to try to drone A little bit and make them second guess. But really, it's about this mid control from TSM. That's the main focus here, as 3 of their players are looking to maybe put some pressure on market once more. Again, only pistols, though, really to play with, so they can't go all the way in.
Drone queuing up inside the dark cover, the curveball. Nelsis right here, though, to try and shut it down, and is going to do just that. Finds 1 kill, but the counterpart taken down. Drone going to pop the grape of Zelsys there and look to heal on up. Still has the ult available, so at the very least could maybe try and net a weapon, or once he nets that weapon, then use that run it back for that free health bar, that free life on this round. The one up there. Penny holding this tight angle, and the spike, again, has since rotated all the way back around and into B main. It was once up towards Pizza, so a quick rotation and a quick take onto this B site as Wardell dashes on in, and he's going to use those knives. Player 1 just using the Vandal he has in hand, just cutting them down as they run on through. Penny is there, and everybody just gets washed from TSM. It was only that 1 kill from Drone. And V1, at the very least on this defensive side, Dust, they grab themselves 6 rounds, so it's going to go even.
Yeah,
worst case scenario.
they've won the last 4 in a row. They've really made a recovery here on these buy rounds on the defensive side after, TSM was able to get a hot start on their first buy and get some momentum off the back of it. We've seen, V1 come right back swinging, getting good performances out of basically their entire lineup at this point.
Yeah.
Starting to kind of figure out Subrosa's aggressive mid lurks and play around it better. But now TSM have a new idea. They want to get hot and heavy in B early, paranoia through to try to push players off the corner so they can get that B lobby control. They have gotten that. They're threatening Orb as well. They will go ahead and pick it up. It's going to give them a lockdown available. And they're going to throw it down right away to try to control this B site.
Joke's over. You're dead.
Ooh, but one in response. They run it back and it come through from Drone, but Penny just mowing them down as they enter the site here. Wardell looking to get to the back, and we'll be able to do just that as this lockdown, I don't think, covers everything. So back of both house, gonna be nice and clear for Wardell. Sit on back with 11 HP, is tagged out, and the spike in an awkward spot. No, through the wall, Zelsis sniffs it out and takes him down, but Drone is still alive. He's only a problem for a moment longer. Effie's cuts him down, and now V1 guarantee themselves the upper half of the half here. And we've got a couple more rounds to go.
Yeah, that was a really well done by V1 to basically counter lockdown, the lockdown of TSM, and then just maneuver so well around it. Really good kills. Penny, obviously a big part of that. He's having a hell of a game at 13 frags to his name. Zelsis at 12, so he's definitely having a solid performance as well. And that's 5 in a row for V1, so they are putting together quite the defense. And again, TSM has only lost 2 of their last 20 Ascent matches, and I think they've won like the last 8 in a row or something like that, maybe even more. So they are coming into this in such good form on Ascent, and V1 are really taking it to them here. So this is a nice look here from Version 1.
Not bad at all, and they've since made changes. They've adjusted to TSM, sometimes playing through mid and putting down that alarm bot whenever there's a rifle round for TSM. So that one's going to get sniffed down. They know Subrosa might be looking to play aggressive, and Vanity looking to play aggressive as well, finding that first kill. And Penny looking for another. I've got another thought on the horizon as that op shot goes wide. But 2021's been the year of upsets, I feel like. It was 15 straight on Haven, I believe, undefeated for Sentinels, and Envy managed to take him down just as Effie's managed to take down Subrosa, but the kill straight it back. Puts TSM still at a disadvantage, one player, and the extra life from Zelsis gonna help out quite a bit more. Hot hands go down, Cloudburst goes through, but the flash on the opposite side, the curveball, unfortunately not gonna be enough to net a kill. TSM still down 1. Wardell has the knives available, and Drone inching closer to that running back of his own.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough hold for TSM at this point, just being down in the man count. But as you said, Wardell is up. He's got the daggers primed, so there is still that chance for him to pop off. Drone also still alive as well. We know how impactful he can be in these situations, but Vanity clears Wardell right off the rip, and Drone gets overwhelmed. Hayes left in the back, able to get one, but that's going to be it. V1, for all their shortcomings on Icebox, when it came to these types of situations and communicating, in the small numbers and, thriving in the chaotic moments of a retake, they have really turned a new page here on Ascent. They look so much more polished in how they're working together to break back open these sites on retakes. They've won the last 6 in a row, and 4 of them have been retakes. So they are really just looking much more composed here, and it's a nice look from them. Enjoying watching it.
And a really, really good read. You can see immediate changes, right? Last round of the half, you're expecting TSM to buy out here, but you might not be expecting them to play towards mid. What had been working is getting in towards B, closing the market door. What do? They slap some nano swarms down with the alarm bot on top of it all. So completely taking that one away. And hey, on top of it all, Vanity with the 3K. The utility doesn't matter when you're rifling that good. Drone able to take this A site with Cutler in tow, but not a whole lot to answer for it. Now Cutler kind of left out to dry as the run it back goes through. He's able to trade back a kill, but the odds are now in favor of Version 1.
Oh, yeah.
As they have double the man advantage.
I love the change of pace. Yeah. Like, they already have a nice lead building, and then they just throw a wrench in things for TSM, who are not used to feeling that type of defensive aggression over at middle and B link. That's the first time V1's really gone for something like that, and they choose just the perfect timing to do it. And they actually now forfeit the spike back to TSM just so they can gather up together as a unit of 4 and just Dog pack their, oh my God, TSM
Conga
have
line.
no idea. What a round. They feed Vanity the ace. They go ahead and give it to him. Props to V1 there. That was amazing from them. What a half. What a recovery.
The conga line strategy pays off there, and I mean, you see it here first. If you conga line, you will get an ace. Vanity makes sure that that happens, and it puts V1 up the inverse of what we saw on map number 1. Icebox is 9-3, but in favor of TSM. Now, version 1, they find themselves in a pretty solid spot against TSM on their map pick. It's 2021 is the year of upsets. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, again, though, TSM are a pretty stout defensive team on Ascent, too. And the defensive side has been the better side for V1 so far on Ascent, and the 8 games they played coming into this, or 9 games or so. So it's not as if TSM are out of it just yet, but that was a perfect performance from V1. Certainly threatening a third map.
And just trying to run it down there. You saw the paranoia and a curveball using Wardell on the way out. A kiss to Zelsis to find the kill, and Sabrosa tops it off with two more, not two more. S'mores,
I want some s'mores.
maybe.
I'm down for s'mores.
S'mores,
I'm always
maybe.
down for s'mores, baby. Can we get sponsored by s'mores? I'm down. I guess they're not a company though, are they?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that
It had to be. It had to be like a
an
combination of multiple sponsors, like Puff and like Hershey's or something, come together with like Honey Made. Get something going.
Get something going, which is exactly what version 1 had done on defense. Unfortunately, not able to get done here on the offensive half. And you have to tip your hat. Wardell and Sabrosa. I think everybody on this TSM roster on the attacking side kind of having a lackluster performance, only picking up 3 rounds, but it just come right back. And again, the pistol round, it means so much. If you guys were watching Challengers 2, the first 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 rounds were all 50-50 because everybody was just buying stingers. Now you pick up that pistol round. There is a very small chance. We saw in game number 1 for version 1 losing the pistol. They did force up, but not really picking up any kills there. You don't have the economy for it. So TSM,
yeah, I like it this way.
back.
I like force buying being a risk and actually being like a conscious decision, whereas before it was like a no-brainer. You just did it. You know what I mean? Now it's like you have to really actually risk it if you're going to go for the force buy. You know, big risk, big reward, instead of just like this is the play. This is the only play. You know what I mean? So definitely a good change, I think, for competitive Valorant. We're going to see V1 on the full stage trying to pounce onto this A site, and, well, it's going about the way you'd expect.
And TSM, the bouncer at the door. A's going to find a 3K, padding the stats a little bit. So an easy round win. Maybe thinking he was going to get himself an upgrade. Unfortunately, not much to be found. Just the classics because of that save that we spoke about. And yeah, I mean, just kind of harping on that one again. Valorant already kind of helps you in the save or helps you in the eco. Once you're a bit deeper, you know, you have the ultimates to play with. So when you have the ultimates and then you slap stingers on top of it, it feels like just a full buy round. So it definitely a lot larger of a risk now.
I like this version of Valorant more, for sure.
Agreed. I think
much more balanced.
Everybody feels, I think, especially as a spectator for these games, I think everybody agrees with that's not a very hot take.
As we're going to see V1 looking to get some mid-control, using the turret from B-Link to kind of get some intel, push some players back. They're challenging Catwalk already. Sabrosa will drop the smoke and force him to push through. And Penny off of the flash gets a nice kill, but Wardell, quick with the trade, gets the advantage back for TSM, and it's only going to get, oh, never mind. Not better, but Wardell doesn't care. He's just going to keep his kills.
Yeah, a nice pickup there. Wardell actually trading not only Sabrosa there, but Cutler as well, who are both caught in kind of awkward positions. But with Wardell still alive, obviously something you still have to worry about. So a nice 3K to his name, and the last 2 don't have enough time to rotate off, so they're just corralled as Drone queues up. That curveball is going to be the running back used here by Zelsis, but the body is just right in place, and this should be an easy closeout. That was an interesting one.
That's the worst feeling ever. I don't even know that it was worth using in that situation, because like you said, you're basically just trapped in there. I mean, if once your clone dies, the other guy is also dead. Like, there's no way out. So I would have actually preferred to see him maybe just hold on to it. If he would have been in a different position, like Wine or something like that, yeah, go for it at that point, but I think it's just still the transition to Valorant for some of these guys from Counter-Strike, kind of learning some of the intricacies of when to use abilities and when not to. Either way, there wasn't a whole lot that V1 could do after that kind of big playmaking from Wardell over on the tree side of things. The fact that they were able to get a spike down against such a trance was a good response, but yeah, TSM seemed to be on the climb back into the map here. Now just 3 away from tying it up.
I would love to see the point of view of Cutler in that last round, who has a Spectre in hand, is just trying to run at Zelsis, but can't kill him point blank. And,
I feel bad for him. It seemed like he should have had that. Wardell had him, though. It's all good. So we are going to see V1 attacking quickly into the A site. Smokes everywhere, and Penny does eventually find the entry.
And this time, they're in a lot better shape. You don't split towards Catwalk, towards main. You get all 4 on site here. And I'm not saying that's the correct way to do it, but it is working this time around, and it's corralled everybody from TSM up towards this heaven area.
Ooh.
Not sure if glass is broken, and here comes the Bucky. Close range. This gun can be a menace. He sneaks all the way through. He spots out Wardell, able to find another. Still quite healthy, but a shot through the wall will finally sit him down. TSM down to their last 2, and Version1 looking to regain control here, trying to push themselves to double digits. Ace and Cutler looking to just save on the way out. They will go, and Version1, they battle back here after losing 3 straight.
Right.
And they take double digits.
That was so well done from Vanity. You know, it was already good enough that they got the entry from Penny and they had the 5-on-4 post plant and all. Wait, what? How does he? Okay, we'll let that one go. Coming back to what I was saying.
Right.
Yeah, Vanity was basically the checkmate. Just getting in with the Bucky like that, getting those 2 kills. There was basically no chance for TSM at that point to retake. 4-on-5, you say, oh, might be manageable. After Vanity does this with the Bucky, no longer even close to possible.
And could have gone for more. Hayes with a heads-up spray through that wall there. Had he not done that, we quite possibly could have seen 3 kills from the Bucky. Now TSM back in the loss column. Both knives going to be popped in this one. It's Wardell actually coming out on top, cutting Penny down as he makes his way on out. Only 2 knives to the name. I don't think TSM's economy is in a great position.
Nope.
That save, the save bonus, right? The save, I guess, punishment that you get, the reduction in credits. I think it was 2,000 on Cutler. So coming into this round, he would have had 3,000 in a gun. And you can't really drop a teammate and buy the armor and the utility you need. So I think it is just those 2 hero rifles and those 2 hero knives in the hands of Wardell.
Yeah, good entry though, at least, or at least good defense, I should say, over at middle to get another quick 5-on-4 as we see V1 late in the round here trying to pivot all their focus over towards tree position. They have map control nowhere else, so they're really committed to this here. Nice paranoia though is going to come in and really slow them down. A flash as well. They are just getting pounded on this choke point. They can't seem to break through, and now Sub Rosa will slip in aggressive, catches 2 of them and a third. Absolute shutdown from Sub Rosa. Such a big play, a bit risky, but it pays off. Cutler dots the I's and crosses the T's of the round. That's 7 for TSM, and they are not letting V1 climb to map point just yet. They are right on their heels. They've won 4 of the 5 rounds so far this half, and they are putting together just the defense they would need to actually keep the 2-0 dream alive, to get them into Challengers 3, and that was just such a crazy play from Sub Rosa to slide out that far. Caught them completely off guard.
On offense and defense, Sub Rosa has had that catwalk cubby tree room completely on lock. That is an area, I mean, we just saw it 2 rounds ago where it wasn't necessarily Sub Rosa, but TSM, they just have it on lock. Now, Wardell, who picked up a 3K a couple of rounds ago, not able to get too aggressive on this one, only finding 1, but it's traded right back. And Sub Rosa on the flank is going to go wide on the first. Sprays down for a second, but now you have to worry about the Omen behind you and what might be coming at you from the front. And it's hazed up towards heaven. A huge ult.
What a pinch.
And that forces Version1 to make a decision, and a bad one at that.
Yeah, and there's a lockdown still available for Hayes as well. So it's like when you do commit, you're ruined by that, and you're pinched. You literally can't escape right now. Now, Sub Rosa eventually is just going to retreat and gather up because he knows that his team has van advantage and the lockdown. Isn't want to risk getting caught in some type of 1v1 or 2v1 if V1 do fall back. So I like this from him, showing some restraint, little bit of discipline to make sure that he maintains man advantage for his team. Hayes checking to see if there's going to be a fallback tree. Spots it. Again, doesn't commit. I love the discipline here. V1 are forced to just push in and see what they can do, but Hayes continues to retreat and force them to fully commit while he buys time for rotations. This is masterclass work from TSM on the decisions that they're making right now in this 3-on-2.
And the paranoia used as well. Hayes is going to get spotted out, but I mean, no secret that he was still hanging out towards this A site. The ultimate available. Everybody has since rotated on over. Now it's all down to Vanity. Was use that from the shadows to get over towards the B site. Hot hands go through. Gonna go a bit short as the Shrouded step to try and get away the high ground. Now for Vanity, but he has 3 members to worry about, and should they want to use it, they have that lockdown that you spoke about. I don't think we see that one. Okay, no, they are gonna opt into using that lockdown, and I mean, Vanity, I'm sorry, buddy, there's not a whole lot you can do.
No, he is done for. I am a bit surprised TSM use the lockdown there. I think they definitely could have saved it. Maybe they just want to really make sure they win. I don't want to leave anything to chance. They know that they need to make this comeback here and now. And so ensuring that they get the 8th round and ensuring that the economy of V1 is likely low going forward. Not a bad thought. Might as well. This was just such a great play early on. Yeah, it's a 1-for-1 trade, which is damning, but then when Sub Rosa pulls off this ult, he wanted more than that, right? I mean, he's a bit disappointed, but he still got his kill, got man advantage for his team, and then again, the discipline from TSM to not overextend after that was really good. And then obviously, you know, easy 3-on-1 retake there at the end. And now V1 are just on a couple of Spectres. And very likely we'll see TSM get a 9th round, as we are going to see a tactical pause come in from V1. Probably just trying to figure out how they want to spend money on these other players.
Yeah.
As we do see a Sheriff being bought from player 1. Yeah, I don't think they're going to go all the way in, for sure. They want to make sure they get a nice full buy next round.
And looking at the scoreboard with a rifle in hand for Vanity, maybe like that lockdown is a lot better of a play. You're saying, hey, this guy, he's having himself a game, right? He's the only one with 20 on the board. Vanity, he's doing all right. So let's not risk the 1v3 clutch that's going to end up on Reddit, and everybody's going to keck WTSM.
It's also this thought, right? It's also the thought that, okay, we know that they're going to be likely, you know, half bought or fully eco next round. You're giving Hayes a chance to build up another lockdown for later, right? Because he wasn't going to have to use it this round either. So you're just making sure that you're not sitting on it, that you're using it, you're making sure you're building it back up, because you might need that lockdown again in a few rounds, and, you know, it's going to be a faster grab back for Hayes to go ahead and spend it there and, you know, use this round to maybe farm some more orbs. You already had to run it back on drone available. Lockdown, or excuse me, Hunter's Fury for Cutler's not too far away either. So good thoughts. Now on the opposing side, you're only 1 orb away for Ultra Effies and player 1 as well for V1. So they're about to have some powerful, you know, tools come into their arsenal as well after this round is over, as they're going to go ahead and get Spectres across the board. I like this because with the max loss bonus next round, especially if they can get a spike plant here, they will have a really good buy next round regardless of this spending. So this is definitely the right approach, I think, to give yourself a way to get something going, but not hamstring yourself entirely for the next round, as you want to try to hold off TSM as best you can.
Mordell actually looking to get aggro with the operator. Nice curveball to find the flash, but unfortunately, no kill to follow through. And there it is. The lockdown now queued up. You don't need a kill to do it. It is just going to be that ult orb towards B main, and we'll see if they can funnel one into Effies as well, who's also close to that Hunter Fury, which, I have to be quite honest, the Hunter Fury been a little lackluster this game. We haven't seen a whole lot of brain power going into those, except for kind of just randomly as the lockdown used. And this is actually a bait. I wonder, it doesn't even look like Hayes, he's not moving. They're not biting on this.
Nope, because I mean, he knows that his utility is worthless if he does rotate early, so he wants to make sure he can stick around to put it to use if indeed it is a fake, and it is indeed going to be that, as Kenny does get the kill. But now Hayes still in position, able to go ahead and put down his utility here. Does get the kill on the Zelsis because of it, finds Effies as well, and this is brilliant from TSM.
And he starts to queue up for the lockdown once more. It's 3 kills to Hayes. Cutler to close it out, and TSM close the gap to 1 round, and they do not bite on the fake. What a read.
Yeah, really well done. Again, if you're Hayes and you're Killjoy and you have all this utility set up, if you bite, then all of a sudden your utility is useless. You might as well go ahead and stick around just in case it is a fake, and indeed it wound up being just that, so able to get the use out of that kit. They're now at 9, 1 round away from the tie. they have a huge economic advantage. Look at how much money is still sitting there on Hayes and
Yeah.
Drone going forward. I mean, they are rolling in it. Meanwhile, V1 are like kind of in this weird like buy save rotation kind of zone with how their credits are sitting, and they're also their breathing room is gone. The walls are closing in as their tournament life is on the line here. You have to wait until stage 2 at this point if you take a loss in this series.
Nowhere to run.
Here comes the Hunter Shuri. Coming out from Effie. He's able to go good for a kill. Penny found one towards this A site as well. And Drone actually going to match this. Going to keep that same energy with the run it back. So ult's going to be traded out on both sides. Unfortunately, not a whole lot to get done. Zelsis on the flank just outside heaven could get so much value and could close out the round right here. He's able to find one off the back end of the paranoia, make it a second. Now Hayes to get run down. The curveball comes through the flash. He is not long for this world. Version 1 strike back in flawless fashion.
And I love the layered aggression there from V1. Not only was it just Penny aggressing from sight into heaven, it was Zelsis coming through window, so it was a little bit of a bait and switch type play. Didn't get to see the entry from Penny, but obviously a great pick from the Hunter Shuri of Effie's, and then again, great work from Zelsis and Penny together to get aggressive on that A heaven and give trading potential. Even if one of them fell, the other would be there to collect. And that gives them a big 11th round. It holds TSM off for now. The economy gets drained a little bit here. They get to build up some cash in response. And now TSM are looking to defend against a fast-moving V1 at B side.
Cloudburst, Hot Hands, both going to be used. Wardell going to find a quick kill. Zelsis now looking to go aggro with an ultimate of his own. Unfortunately, going to get sent right back. So Wardell good for 1.5-ish kills. Cutting down the armor of Zelsis. And Penny looking to push all the way through the rest of the squad, and Hayes sniffs it out. He hears the footsteps, able to drop the spike on the ground right there, and TSM battle back. It's not flawless, but they just mowed him down.
That's a big hard reset as well too to V1. Like, yeah, sure, they can buy here, but it's going to be down to their bottom dollar, and if they take a loss here, they're going to actually have to make some really tough decisions on how they want to spend for the rest of the half.
Yeah,
that's something that must be said if TSM are able to tie here, as they, again, still have some good reserve credits available, particularly on Drone and Cutler. So their spending power is just going to be better long term. So this is a big round for V1. If they were to lose this, they are going to be in a lot of trouble, as TSM just have been dominating the bulk of this defensive half, and they just have, again, big economic control of the game right now.
And I think so much pressure here on Penny to go huge with these knives. Again, once more, not buying a weapon, nothing in reserve, just a classic as that secondary. Wardell switches up the positions, able to take an op shot down towards the top of mid, and Vanity has since creeped up. Penny in tow with the knives. Sabrosa going to sniff this one out. Dash on, Shrouded Step as well. Version 1, they've completely assumed this A site, but the spike hasn't just yet. So
well, they knew that TSM were committing a lot of resources into middle right there, so they knew that A was vulnerable, and they picked their timing, and they landed perfectly. I love the decision-making there from V1, but now they have to hold off this retake, and Sabrosa has already found one.
That tree room is just completely on lock. The lockdown comes through. Hayes gonna pop that one. Zelsis looking to go aggressive on the back end and quite possibly find the lockdown to try and buy some space for his team, but the kill starts to come through, and it's Vanity to run him down, but Drone with the 3K on the flank. TSM will tie things up.
What a roller coaster ride of a round. I was liking V1's chances because they read the mid pressure well. They absorbed it. They pivoted. They were able to get the site, able to get the spike down. Looked like they were in some good position. They were now getting kills rolling their way as well in the post plant when they aggressed onto tree. The trade back Sabrosa, but then it's just this from Drone. Unbelievable. Big individual plays cancel each other out essentially, and now we're all tied at 11. And credits actually with that spike plant, V1 are still able to spring, but it does limit a couple of players to just Spectres.
I would say the best part about it is you're on this buy, and granted you'd love to have a full one. Granted you'd love to have your Jet as Wardell sniffs it out. He picks up 2, and he's looking to push to match point. The tag comes through, the knives on top of it all. Nice right click. Gonna go wide, unfortunately. 5 HP, he will sneak away, but Sabrosa is here, and again, I've been saying it all game, the bouncer at the door in Wardell and Sabrosa holding it down on this A site.
My goodness. Wardell going for the second kill is just a chef's kiss, because you know how risky that can be to re-peek there, but he gets away with it. And I know he had to pop the daggers, but he does so in like a really neat way where, yeah, he doesn't get the kill at the right click, but he knew that it was going to allow him to escape, and he set up Sub Rosa to find the frag instead. So it was like a nice use of the daggers that might get overlooked on the surface. But that's a great dart there to find out Sub Rosa. It gets them a chance, right? They're still down a man, but at least they're getting a little bit of something back here. They fake the ult like they're going to go back to B, but they're going to re-aggress A. But, I mean, TSM didn't really bite. They're still in a good position.
Yeah, and, I mean, that smoke came out almost immediately after the ult. So, kind of giving away that play was still going to be over towards this A site. But what I love to see is that Shrouded Step going to get the high ground once more for Vanity, and getting way up top and off angle for sure as they look to push through the smoke. The Dark gonna be taken down. Vanity goes good for one, tries to grab the Paranoia on the way down. It's all up to Effie's. Match point on the line for both of these teams. And against the Sova, you're probably expecting to be playing out towards main. No, Hayes sniffs it out, and Cutler is there to back him up. It's taken him a while for it to come online, but the impact frags for the Sova here. TSM now on 12 rounds to 11. Version 1. I think the economy in shambles here, looking to go to overtime.
What a shot from Wardell, man. And then just to go back for another. So well done.
What we had seen was aggression from TSM matched by just textbook play for the last two members of Version 1. And it was so good until that last moment. Vanity just gets caught falling down.
Right.
And
it was like one of those, like, kind of, I wouldn't say that was necessarily a guaranteed one and done spot from Vanity, but it would have taken something ludicrous for him to get away after the one, as long as TSM peaks right as far as our timing goes.
Yeah.
As this could be this is the final round of regulation for sure. As, oh, look at Sub Rosa.
The first time anybody has played here.
Exactly.
Hunter Fury gonna get a couple of tags though, so damage is there. Zelsis goes through with the run it back. He picks up two with the ultimate, but Sabrosa should be able to cut him down. No! They answer it back in Version 1, throwing everything at this A site to try and get to OT. It's drone, it's hazed. It's the run it back available. It's going to be used. The curveball goes through. It's going to be sent right back. Now it's all up, and again it gets caught out. We're going to overtime.
So well done from Version 1 there. I mean, Sub Rosa was indeed the snake in the grass, playing a spot that hadn't been used at all game long. Certainly had the element of surprise on his side, but he gets limited to just one kill. They bait the fallback of the ult of Zelsis perfectly to clear him out. And just through and through, they played that round beautifully. Just great work from Zelsis, all in all. I love how they waited. They knew what Sub Rosa was going to try to go for, and they milked it. And then just teed off with Penny and Zelsis for the victory. So we are indeed looking at overtime here. Decide things. Will it be a 2-0 for TSM? Will they finally make it to a Challengers event? Or can Version 1, this new squad, this new organization, come in and force a third map?
They are putting up one hell of a show here in this one against a Titan in the North American region for Valorant. So, I mean, at the end of the day, either way, whichever way this one swings, if you're V1, you cannot hang your head. Is Wardell actually going to blink on the shot? Penny finds the kill. That's up down. It was the glass cannon operator. Sabros is able to trade a kill back. This one onto Zelsis. So a couple of big names taken off the board.
Right.
And now we go back to the drawing board in a 4v4.
Yeah, big kill for Sub Rosa to trade that back, because that was a big loss to lose Wardell. Like, that was a big play from Penny. Really crazy peek that worked out well, but TSM able to get it back. And now they're going to be able to find a pretty vulnerable A site. It is just the Sova here of Effie's, but he's playing passive towards window. So A site will be taken. It again will come down to one of these retake situations, which, to be fair, V1 certainly had their fair share of them. So there is definitely a chance here to still reel this one back in. It's all going to come down to this exchange, I feel like, from Penny trying to come through this mid flank. That, I feel, is what this hinges on.
Hayes actually getting sniffed out. Penny here. There's the flank. He peeks the wrong way, and Sabrosa will take him down. Hayes, though, on low HP. So the numbers in favor of TSM, although I'm not too sure for how much longer, as it's 10 HP, and Version 1 working against the clock here. They have to make a play, and they've got to do it right here, right now. Sabrosa able to go good for another to back up Hayes. Effie's from heaven. The last two up top. looking to split this site up and find the defuse, but they're completely corralled. Now in a 2v2, one peeking out from main. They're able to find the diffuser. Cutler goes huge for a 2K, and TSM will grab a lead in OT.
Yeah, that just comes down to Subrosa, man. Just the hero of that round. Being able to get that trade to even it back to a 4-on-4 after losing Wardell, to cut off Penny's rotation. And then after that, he's just so annoying. The way that he's peeking and holding these players' attention at tree, they never get the chance to really shuffle over and set up to hold. And then he's able to get in behind an A Heaven, set up the crossfire with Cutler from A main, and just blend their way into a victory. And now they are one round away from finally reaching challengers. Get that monkey off their back. V1, though, still a chance here to force another overtime and still keep that hope for a third map alive.
And it's something completely different. It's a play towards B. A had been the spot for them in regulation. Now looking to get aggressive over here towards Switch. Cutler and Hayes gonna find the first couple, and they're just starting to get mowed down. It's all down to one, but Drone will close it out with the 2K, and TSM will finally find their way into a close qualifier.
Indeed, they will. They finally get that off their chest. You know, that has been, I think, the chip on their shoulders to say, hey, look, we're still elite. We're still out here. Again, they're lost.